And welcome everybody to another week of the Variety Show. And I'm glad to welcome my guest, Mary Ellen. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Dean. How are you?
And hanging in there. You got a week to go, so you're almost out of here.
Yep.
Well, we'll have to talk more about that. Yeah,
Okay.
why? Rachel, nice to have you with us again.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
I have to start by saying you're a good cross country skier now that I found your YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I actually coach a kids program. So,
Oh, you do?
yeah.
You were doing the skating style, correct?
Yes.
That's the real workout.
It's a lot of fun. It's good for you.
We have a lot of great trails in Minnesota, and I have both the traditional classical and the skating. And I prefer to do tradition. Classical is just easier, you know. But yeah, we got the hills too, and it can be very dangerous.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. Once again, I meant to start with an intro and I forgot. Oh, hey, look at who we got here. Hey, Nick.
There's Nick.
Hi guys, how you doing?
He bops in. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
What's your favorite baseball team?
It's the Yankees, of course.
I know. I'm just kidding. Thank you for being here. Okay, guys, forgive me. I forgot. Rachel used AI to create this new intro, and I wanted to play it. So here we go. All right.
Cool.
That's totally AI, right?
Yep.
I wonder how it does that. Come on, let's get into it. Well, that was very cool. All right. First off, we move me to the bottom. I'm moving Nick up, moving me to the bottom. Okay, cool. All right, guys, let's get into our questions. And if anyone's in the chat, I haven't seen anyone yet. Welcome. Nice to have you here. And we're going to have a good time here. All right, question number 1. What's the next room in your home you'd like to redesign?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Nick, we'll start with you.
Redesign.
Redesign, yeah, or redo.
Or remodel.
Remodel, sorry.
I don't know. You might have to. I got to think about that. Can you come back to me on that?
Yes, I can. Mary Ellen.
The bathroom.
Ah, why? What would you do?
Well, I just rip it all out. It's not like it's got pink tile or anything like some, older houses do, but it just needs love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a similar answer. This past week, our toilet decided it was going to leak water spontaneously.
Oh no.
And my husband had to rip it apart and put everything back together, but like parts had rusted out. It was no good. So we've got some water damage, and it looks like it's going to be a project.
Oh.
Are there levels below it that it got to the?
Yeah, unfortunately, it did some damage, but it'll be all right.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's awful. By the way, I had a friend went on vacation for a week, and while they were gone, a toilet part broke, and when they got home, the ceiling of their living room and everything had caved down.
Oh no!
Constant water. Yeah, that could be awful.
Can you imagine walking into your house and seeing that?
Oh.
Yes. So I actually, not the house I'm in now, but my old house, I was teaching and I got home from work and there was water pouring in from the apartment above me through my kitchen light fixture.
Oh no.
So yeah, I have experienced my fair share of water problems.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, can we come back to you yet?
Yeah, I was gonna say my backdoor patio
Oh,
Me
because
too. That
it
was
just looks all grungy and just needs to be torn down and put a new one up.
it's a good project. I'm going to go with bathroom as well. But we looked into it, and to pull out one of those enclosed tubs and replace it with the fancier, you know, shower and the the tile and all that is usually about $20,000.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah. So that ain't
well,
happening.
what I really, all I really want, I know that there's a way that you can resurface your bathtub, like reglaze it. I just need that done.
Yeah. Do you know how much it costs?
Way cheaper than 20,000.
I would hope so. All right. Have you ever felt, now I know this is kind of I know what most people will say, but have you ever felt compelled to run for office? I get this, by the way, if you're wondering where I get these questions, I get it from a game called Loaded Questions.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody?
No.
Yeah, I'll jump in on this. I actually have felt compelled to run for office. I feel like I try to be informed on local issues, and because I'm from a small town in New England, your voice actually matters if you're sitting on a board. And like, I don't know. I think it's a future thing for me once my kids are a little bit older.
That's
You
awesome.
did good.
Yeah. Go get her. How about you, Nick?
I would say no, not for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have the patience or the stressness of it. It'd be too stressful for me.
It's hard work. You really have to take a grassroots approach unless you're big office, and people. We have had people like I don't know if you remember Michelle Bachman, but she's come to our. Oh, I think she's come to our door. Anyway, because she lives near here. Anyway, so yeah, cool. All right, and I'm a
Yeah.
no. Obviously.
Coming from New Hampshire, I feel like I have a very unique perspective because we get to meet a lot of the presidential candidates. They will come and they'll actually shake hands and talk to you. And because we're in such a small community up here, you can actually have real conversations with them. And I think that's a unique perspective that maybe not everybody has.
Yeah. Have you met any of them or?
Oh yeah. So Vivek Ramaswamy.
Really?
Yeah. And unfortunately, it wasn't well advertised when he came. It was maybe a dozen people. So he had plenty of time to chat.
Wow.
Yep. Gavin Newsom came up. He was a little bit more restricted in our ability to chat with him.
Okay.
His team was trying to shuffle him out the door.
I'm trying to imagine you saying, "Okay, Ramaswamy, I gotta go," and he's talking to you too much. Very cool.
So why would Gavin Newsom be there? If Biden's the presidential candidate, why is Gavin going around?
Oh, I'm sorry, not Gavin. Who's the Florida one? Ron DeSantis. Sorry.
DeSantis. Okay. Okay.
California, Florida, There's Disney in both.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. When is it a good time to scream? When you find water coming down your ceiling.
At a ball game?
There you go. That's good.
I would say that, or if you're under pressure or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes a good scream in the wilderness helps you feel better.
Yep.
Go off into the forest.
Have you ever screamed at a movie?
Well, let's see. I've at a horror film, maybe a few, but if it's a bad film, yeah, I would yell. Like, what is this? I go into my little rants.
Well, I remember. So the not to get into this too much, but I was into. I mean, what am I saying? I've never been into scary movies, but my friends talked me into seeing the first Carrie when it came out, and boy, that one caught me off guard. And hey, we got Rachel in the chat. So nice to have you here.
Trying to inspire some conversation here.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Nick, you weren't here when we were talking, but Lisa and Keith and Joey are with Jeff. You know, and so we knew this would be a slower night, but we still gonna have fun here.
Yeah.
Thank you to anyone who's watching the replay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's all about the replay. Anyway, Carrie scared the crap out of me. And then when my friends were going to see The Exorcist, I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Is that a scare? That's pretty bad, right? That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
That's one of my scariest. It's The Exorcist or The Poltergeist.
I saw
Those
Poltergeist.
those two freak me out.
Was Poltergeist Spielberg?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe not.
I don't think so either.
But it was scary. But
It's very creepy, and it just
yeah. Is that the TV one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Poltergeist.
I saw that
When
one.
she goes, they're here.
Yeah.
And then did she die not that long later?
Oh.
The actual actress in that movie?
Yeah, she did, but there's a whole creepy story around that. What was going on after the second movie? Because she was in the second film, and it was very creepy how it all went down.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
I intentionally avoid movies that might make me scream. Not a thing for me.
I
No.
can't sleep. I mean, I can't watch scary movies.
Yeah.
Usually, I watch it, and it's like a one and done, and then that's it. I'm done. That's it. No more.
When I was a little kid, I remember being scared at Rudolph. Rudolph, that abominable snowman scared the crap out of me.
For me, it was the Wizard of Oz with the flying monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
They were creepy. They're cute now, but they were creepy back then.
That's for sure. All right. Oh. Okay. Oops. Here is today's Disney's question. If you're in the chat, hello. All right. How much is Disney currently worth?
In total,
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a tough
gonna-
one.
It's gonna be in the billions.
I'll say that much. You're right. It's in the billions.
10 billion.
Okay.
I feel like it's more.
I think it's more than that. Yeah.
It probably is, but I'm just guessing.
Sure.
We'll go with $300 billion.
Ooh, okay. Nick?
I'm gonna go with 200 billion.
All right. Nick is very smart.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
217 billion. I don't know if do they take their stock value and multiply it by the number of shares and the value of each share, or do they have other things that go into that? I have no idea.
I'm not sure either.
So you're
Yeah.
talking parks and all their franchises.
Everything, movies, merchandise. Yeah.
Right now, they're losing a lot in their movies. That's for sure.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
TV shows,
Oh, yeah.
millions and millions right there.
Yep. Maybe, Nick, you could tell us a little bit more why.
Because most of them stink. The writing is not great.
I know. They really.
That's why.
It's unfortunate. But yes. All right. So Keith is probably not here, but we'll guess anyway, and he can confirm it later. So do you think Keith, BDF, is celebrating his 62nd birthday this year?
True.
True, says Mary Ellen.
I'm going with false. 29.
Oh, Keith loves you.
I'm gonna go with false too.
Okay. Two falses and a true. The answer is. Oops, I forgot to make an answer. And the answer is true. It is his 62nd birthday this year, and it is June 10th. And he reminds me often that I'm going to be on this show, and we're gonna have a good time. And however he got hundreds of people to join one of his birthday streams, who knows if that'll happen again.
Didn't he celebrate? You know what? I just remembered. Did he celebrate his 60th at Disney?
Yes.
That's yeah. All right. Yeah. Now it just popped in my mind.
That's good.
Yes.
He's going back. I can't remember, at like 65 or something like that.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah. He plans well in advance. All right. No backlog of unanswered questions. Okay, we're to this point. What country has the most caves?
Greenland, Sudan, and Vietnam. Is that
Yep.
what that is? Okay.
That's correct. Oh, it overlaps. I don't know. It doesn't do that when I'm working on PowerPoint on my PC, but then sometimes it does that here. But anyway, yep, Greenland, Sudan, or Vietnam.
Wow.
None of these seem like particularly large countries, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Vietnam.
Okay.
I'm going with the Sudan.
Okay.
I will also go Vietnam.
All right. The answer is it's Vietnam. Good call. The country with the most caves and longest cave system in the world is recognized as Vietnam. The Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park in central Vietnam is home to the largest cave in the world, San Dung, which is over 5 miles long and 650 feet wide. Now, so since we have Nick here, what was that movie where the kids got stuck in the cave, and where was that? Do you remember? True story. The soccer team.
Oh, jeez.
It had
That wasn't recent. That wasn't recent though, right?
no, it was, I don't know, probably between 5 and 10 years ago. But there was a movie on it, and it was with Viggo Mortensen. Yeah. Maybe y'all haven't seen it.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I mean, the thing about the movie is if you know the real story, you know what happens. But it is interesting what they had to do to get these kids out of that cave. Oh, it was terrible. So, all right.
Is it
All right.
13 lives? Is that what that is?
13 lives. That's it.
Google.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to tell you how they did it, but then again, if you're going to watch the movie, I don't want to spoiler alert it for you. All right. Now, let's go ahead and start with Nick in case you did. Did you get a chance, Nick?
Yes, I watched it.
Okay. What do you think?
Honestly, I like these kind of movies.
Okay.
They're very corny, but they're funny at the same time. I mean, It reminded me of like Clue, a bit of Casablanca, and Airplane.
Yeah.
I wrote a little list here too. So,
Oh, good.
I mean, there's like so many characters in this, and actors and actresses.
Right.
It was amazing who else popped up in the scene. It was like, wait, I remember that person from that movie or that movie.
Right.
Like Dom DeLuise. I wouldn't even know he was in there until he showed up. I mean, he made me laugh the most with his little laugh, with his little pig laugh.
Oh, I didn't stay in there long enough for Dom.
Yeah, it's weird because there's like certain scenes in this movie. I mean, I don't want to give it too much away that if anybody's gonna see it, but there's a scene where like I think Peter Falk, he opens up the bathroom door and the lady's standing there. But if you look at the mirror, it's not Peter Falk's face. It's another actor.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't catch that.
I had to like rewatch that 3 or 4 times. That's not him. That's a different actor.
That is
Until
so
he turned
funny.
his head, and then it was Peter Falk. It's like these little things you notice and don't notice.
Oh, you're saying that was intentional?
Maybe it was intentional for this movie because it's supposed to be a funny movie.
Yeah.
But I caught it right away.
Okay.
Just like, wait, that's not him. And then I had to go back and check a few times, and it didn't look at him like him at all. It looked like a different actor. I think to catch somebody off guard. So there's, I mean, like, and also like the Madeline Kahn scenes, I thought they were hilarious. Every time they showed her, she had a different name and wore a different costume. And there's the one scene where she shows up, she looks like the Wicked Witch of the West in the little hat and whatever with the bike. She walks in and you can actually see Peter Falk. He turns his head. He goes like this and he's smiling. He's laughing.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was funny.
Oh,
I give it a 4 actually.
Okay. Enjoyed it and gave it a 4. Mary Ellen?
Okay. I like your enthusiasm, Nick.
Yeah.
So I wasn't as thrilled. I wanted to like it. I really did. And I watched it for an hour thinking, okay, there were just so many storylines going on at one time. And so, and I'm not a real big fan of Neil Simon movies anyway, because they are so disconnected in my opinion. But if I would have just chilled and catch the funny parts like you did, I probably would have, thought it was better than that. But I gave it a 4.
So you gave it the same rating.
You liked it and you gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it? I'm sorry. It's 1 to 10?
Oh, yeah, 1 to 10. Right.
All right, sorry. Then I give it a 7.
Okay.
So I loved seeing all the old actors and actresses, and I thought it was quirky and funny in some places, but no, it just wasn't for me.
How about you, Rachel?
Yeah, so I felt like there were some good quips. There were some pretty good dad jokes in there. But it really cut off my answer there. But yeah, it was nonsensical with a dash of hokey. There were some times the women especially were a bit aloof. It was not terrible, but I probably won't be watching it anytime soon.
All right. And then for myself, I said that once upon a time, I suppose slapstick humor was funny. And that's really what it was. And I just struggle to get into that now. But I swear, if I was to watch this back whenever it was made, I probably would have loved it.
Yeah.
And to what some of you said, too bad is there was quite a good cast. There was so many recognizable faces in there that. And I like Peter Falk. I liked him as Columbo. I liked him in obviously Princess Bride. So he's a good actor. But I gave it a 5. And I only lasted 30 minutes. So next week, now this is on Prime, and I'm assuming, hey, Troy and Amy, What do you know? We got some people here. All right.
Welcome.
Hi, Troy and Amy.
We're just having a good old time here. Nice to have you here. Troy,
Hi from New Hampshire.
Hi from Maine. Nice to have you here. And Amy, always nice to have you here. All right. So now, Nick, I'm wondering, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen this. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
I got to catch up back on it though.
Okay. It's on Prime. Mary Ellen, Rachel, either of you?
No.
Okay. I haven't seen it either. All right. We're gonna
Looks
go
like a
with
comedy. I hope.
yes. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
So, all right. Which decade? Now, remind me, have I asked this question before? I feel like my brain's going south.
I think you did.
I feel like I might have. Yeah. Well, we'll guess again. What century did the Roman Empire fall? I don't know how I forget this stuff.
Does the chat know?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Troy, Amy?
Chat, give us the answer, please.
Yeah. You can Google it. No, I'm just kidding. I think there was some debate, but anyway. Guesses, anyone? Nobody wants to guess.
I'm going to guess, and it's probably completely wrong, the 4th.
Okay. Amy's going much later.
1800. The 2nd.
Second. Troy says he wouldn't know. Nick, you got a thought?
The 10th.
Okay. It is 5th century.
Pretty
Close.
close.
Yeah.
Close,
Rachel, you won. The Western Empire suffered several Gothic invasions, and in 8455 was sacked by Vandals. Rome continued to decline. After that, until 8476, when the Western Roman Empire came to an end. Okay, I did learn something looking at this. Now, you all know BC and AD, and I've always been a little confused as to what exactly that means. And I do know now. Does anybody know exactly what those two things mean?
BC. I thought it was before Christ.
That's correct. So, from the time he was born before, what does AD stand for?
I'm not sure. I too knew BC, but
after something after.
Yep.
After death.
That's what I always thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Was after death, but it actually stands. It's a like not Latin.
A Latin thing. It's a deus, or what is it?
She's got it.
I have heard this, but more commonly now it's BCE and ACE, right? Before Common Era, after Common Era. But I don't remember the Latin term. I'm rambling here.
Well, it just means after his birth, after Christ's birth, which I always had it in my mind. It was after the death. So, and then I always thought, well, then what did they do with those 30 years in between? That was what confused me. So, okay, a little learning. Okay, now I did learn about Robert Peary in school. I'm assuming you've all heard of him. What year did Robert Peary reach the North Pole?
Was he like the first person to get there? I don't know him.
Yes, as far as we know. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta be honest, I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, well, you do have a picture, so that might give some clue.
There's a boat. That's what.
Yep. That was part of his journey.
I'm backpedaling a little bit. It was Anno Domini.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah. 80.
Yep.
Sorry.
All right. Amy coming in with 1914.
1890.
1890.
I should be good at these, doing this stuff on Jim's channel. He
Right,
has that.
right.
The
Oh,
North Pole is officially in Alaska, isn't it?
Well, it's north.
Is it northern Canada technically, or is it Alaska?
I think it's in Alaska. I could be wrong. I'm gonna check myself here.
Okay, man, I just figured it was all its own thing north of Canada.
I'm gonna go in 1905.
1905, 1984 from Troy. All right. Did you say, Mary Ellen? Oh yeah, you said 1890.
1890. I went back.
Okay, here we go. Here's the answer. 1909.
It's close.
Very good, Nick. You're very close. I mean, does anything sound less fun than going to the North Pole in 1909?
Climbing Mount Everest doesn't sound fun to me.
If I remember right, at the end of this trip, these people had lost, fingers, toes, that sort of thing. So
Yeah, there is a North Pole, Alaska. I don't know if it's the official North Pole or not, but I think it is.
Really? All right. Well, we'll have to look that up.
Get out Google Maps and see if Santa's house is there.
Yeah.
It's
Or
gotta
this-
be.
Or they saw
Okay.
what is that called? The Aurora Borealis or whatever it is.
Yeah. Aurora Borealis. Have you guys ever seen it in person or
No.
in life?
No.
I have. It's very cool. You have too, Rachel?
Yeah, it's not as fabulous in New Hampshire as it is elsewhere, but yes, I have seen it.
Right. Uh-oh. Siri didn't let Siri thinks we're talking to it. Uh-oh. Yeah, we saw it it was big time here in Minnesota in 1980, I think, and quite remarkable.
Troy was
Okay.
born in 1978, so
Really? Well, Troy, that's the year I graduated from high school. So I know exactly how old you are. Okay. All right, Nick, now give it a couple slides. He's just too good at this. But what movie are we talking about here? And I feel like once I start advancing the slides, I'm going to go fairly quick. I think Nick is just showing that he figured it out. You can guess anytime after the next slide. He already knows. Dang, nab, I tried. Okay. Slide number 2. Rachel, Mary Ellen, you see it? Okay.
Sorry, I had guessed.
Oh, little ones.
Yes.
Okay. By the next one, it's all up for grabs. Nick, don't hesitate.
Amy got it.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Jaws.
As soon as I saw that sign with the first one, I'm like, yeah, that's it.
He knew it from the sign. Dang, and I cut out the sheriff in there and everything. Yeah. You remember this guy?
Jim got it. Way to go, Amy and Jim.
Hey, we got Amy and Jim here. Nice to have you here. Okay. I mean, I'm picking fairly easy movies at this point. Maybe I just want to make sure everybody knows the movie, Amy knew from the sign as well. Okay. And then, of course, probably my favorite character from that whole movie.
Yep.
He was so good.
That one scene, though, just. Ooh.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen Jaws more times than any other movie.
Yep.
Really?
Ooh.
It just never. It is so vintage Spielberg. Honestly, how does he take sets of 20, 30 people and have everyone doing exactly the right thing so that it feels real? That's what
It's called
amazed
good
me.
directing and editing.
Yeah. It's crazy. And of course, this scene.
Yeah.
And what does he say right after he turns around and sees this, Nick?
I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah. Maybe the best scene of the movie. It's hard to say. Okay. 7:30. All right. Time for the best cartoon bracket challenge number, is it 2 or 3 that we're doing? We're doing 3. All right, guys. We'll start with Nick. Huckleberry Hound or Berenstein Bears?
Amy says she watches Jaws when they have it on.
It's one movie I haven't bought digitally yet, but I'm sure I will. Just wait for the right price. It's so good. All right. Huckleberry Hound, Berenstein Bears.
Now, I've seen both of these, but I've watched more of Berenstein Bears, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Jim's with Huckleberry. Mary
I'd like
Ellen?
some more people in the chat so that it's not just the 4 of us deciding the fate of these cartoons.
we definitely needed some help.
I'm going with the Bears.
Okay, 2 Bears, 1 Huckleberry. Rachel?
I'm also going Berenstein Bears. I feel like they're very wholesome, family-friendly entertainment. I feel comfortable showing episodes to my children. So,
Well, I think Berenstein Bears has it. I was going to vote for Huckleberry just because I've never seen Berenstein Bears. But Berenstein Bears, moving on. And Troy says Bears as well. Thanks, Troy. All right, that seals the deal. All right, Mary Ellen, we'll start with you. Now, somebody had suggested, these are 2 cartoons that I have never heard of or seen.
I've seen them a long time ago. I have to go with the Littles.
Okay. Rachel?
I also haven't seen these. But based on the pictures, I will go with the Littles.
Nick?
I have seen both of these, but I wasn't a Gem fan, so I'm going with the Littles.
Yeah. I'm also, just based on the picture alone, I'm going with the Littles. Although, is this like a little boy with a beard? I
I
can't
thought
tell.
they were mice or something.
Oh, maybe that's
Yeah,
it.
the little
Okay.
mice.
Amy with the Littles. They lived in the walls. Okay.
It was an interesting cartoon.
Yes.
Never heard of them. Oh, Jim coming in with Jim because it sounds like Jim. That's
good
reason
logic.
enough. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Rachel, we'll start with you on this one. The Jetsons or Penelope Pitstop?
The Jetsons, a classic, absolutely.
For sure. Nick?
It's got to be the Jetsons.
Yeah. Mary Ellen?
Jetsons.
Jetsons here as well. All right, chat. We'll give you some. Penelope is hoping that somebody is gonna give her some love.
I was going to say, what is even that cartoon about? I've never heard of that.
Had no idea. All right, Troy coming in with the Jetsons. Amy with the Jetsons. Oh, the Jetsons are a classic. Okay, here's a question. Which other cartoon did the Jetsons kind of like mirror? If you know what I'm saying. It was supposed to be a modern version of another show.
Hey, Leanne.
What do you know? We got Leanne in here voting for the Jetsons.
Oh. So was the Jetsons supposed to be like a cartoon version of Lost in Space?
No, not that I know of.
Oh.
No. I mean, it came out at the same time as another big cartoon. See, Amy's got it. It's the Flintstones.
Well, I was thinking Flintstones, but it didn't. Yeah.
Jim's exactly right. Yep, it mirrored the Flintstones. Okay, Jetsons moving on. Nobody got Penelope did not get any love there. So all right. Are we back to starting with Nick here? Yeah. Jimmy Neutron or the real Ghostbusters?
Oh, real Ghostbusters for me.
Okay.
I might be the lone wolf here, but Jimmy Neutron, that was part of my childhood.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Mary Ellen?
I know. Again, yeah, I'm going with Jimmy Neutron. I'm not sure. Well, I may have seen the real Ghostbusters a couple times. I like the real Ghostbusters, but Jimmy Neutron.
Okay. I'm going to throw my vote in just because I never saw Jimmy Neutron, and I am familiar with Ghostbusters, so I'm going to go with Ghostbusters. So 2-2 here, and then we got Ghostbusters for Troy, so it's 3-2 Ghostbusters, and then Jim coming in with Jimmy Neutron because the real Ghostbusters were not the real Ghostbusters.
That's right, Jim.
That's the point you're trying to make. Oh, and Jimmy Neutron from Amy.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was like a back and forth.
All right, I'm shocked.
I had not a lot of skin in this one, though. All right. Mary Ellen, Johnny Quest or Wild Thornberries?
Okay.
Mm.
Wild Thornberries. I love Johnny, whatever. But it seemed like every episode was the same. So I'm going with Wild Thornberries.
Okay. Rachel.
You can probably guess that
Yeah.
I am also going with the wild thornberries.
How about you, Nick?
Honestly, I haven't watched any of these.
Oh.
Yes, I don't.
He's the movie guy.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Too bad Keith wasn't here. Yeah, he's the one who suggested this.
Yes.
I'm agreeing with Amy. I'm going Johnny Quest. It was my favorite cartoon as a kid, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So we've got 2-2. Now we got 3-2 Wild Thornberries.
Uh-oh.
We might need Jim stepping in here.
Oh, no
Nick?
pressure, Jim.
I feel guilty now having it be your favorite cartoon.
I'm very chill. Okay, that's it. Wild Thornberries, moving on. And that's all right by me. Johnny Quest would not have made it very far anyway. Leanne haven't seen many of these. I was a Scooby-Doo fan. Well, I think we already voted on Scooby-Doo once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo is still in the
You
running.
made it through, Leanne. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Where are we at? Who's first? Is it Rachel? Little Bear or X-Men? Oh, these feel like
Are
opposite.
totally different categories. It is so hard because they are both wonderful in their own right. But again, the wholesome family fun Little Bears, where's that?
Yeah. Ooh. But okay, Leanne going with Little Bear as well. But we got Troy with X-Men and Amy with X-Men. Okay, 2-2. Nick, you got to vote.
Oh, it's the X-Men.
X-Men all the way. All right. 3-2 X-Men. Mary Ellen?
Little Bear is the sweetest little cartoon you ever want to see. I have to go with Little Bear.
All right. 3-3. I'm going to let Jim break the tie. Oh, Jim broke the tie. X-Men moving on.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Little Bear was cute. And I like the way they named their other characters. Duck, Owl.
Yes. It
Hard to remember.
was kind of like Winnie the Pooh,
Yeah.
Roo, Owl.
I remember episodes of Little Bear. That's how much I liked it. I should say I liked it that much, but my kids liked it. Okay, X-Men moving on. I think we're back to Nick. Okay, so we kind of got into this huge controversy about is Bugs Bunny his own show or part of Looney Tunes. Well, we have Bugs Bunny separate, but we are doing all Looney Tunes. So you remember Looney Tunes, Nick?
Oh, yeah. I watch both of these. This is why this is a tough one for me.
Oh, okay. I never heard of Thundercats.
I like both of them.
Huh?
I did watch both of them, but I'm gonna go with Looney Tunes because I watched that more.
Sure.
The chat seems very in favor of Looney Tunes.
I'll say. All right. Leanne with Looney Tunes, Amy Looney Tunes, Jim Looney Tunes. I'm more of a Transformers GoBots, G.I. Joe
Yeah.
Thundercats, He-Man. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Troy.
Thundercats from Troy. So it's like 4 at least to 5 to 1, I think. I think we're relatively decided. Did you all vote, Rachel, Mary Ellen?
I didn't, but Looney Tunes for me.
Looney Tunes.
What did you pick, Nick? Were you Thundercats?
No,
you didn't.
I said I watched both. I like both, but I watched a little bit more of Looney Tunes. So Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Looney Tunes for me too.
Me too. Looney Tunes, moving on. I used to do an impression of that spaceman guy that you can see sort of in the upper right, but I'm not going to try that right now.
Do you have to be in the mood for that?
Yes, and it would fail miserably. All right. Mary Ellen, Magic School Bus or Tom and Jerry?
Tom and Jerry.
Rachel.
Magic School Bus for me.
I think you might have suggested it. Does that sound right?
Could be.
Yeah. Nick?
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. I'm a Tom and Jerry. Many a year watching Tom and Jerry. Leanne, Magic School Bus. So 3 to 2. 4 to 2 in favor of Tom and Jerry. 5 to 2 in favor of Tom and Jerry. All right. Amy, did you have a vote? I know how Amy's going to vote already.
Yeah.
I know Amy.
Yeah. Tom and Jerry, she said.
Okay, Amy's not going to remember this. I'm going to do a little bring back memory. The first time I ever met Amy in the chat, we were it was a Disney stream, and I brought up the point of how I liked the original Illuminations prior to Reflections of Earth, and she knew exactly what I was talking about, and I always appreciated that about Amy. So, Amy, you probably don't remember that, but okay, next we're moving to, oh, well, we're done. Okay, so we're moving on, and I knew we were going to have extra time this week, so we have a topic to discuss, and here it is. Okay. Now, oh, yeah. My question first is, do you know what American Heartland is?
Yes.
You better, Mary Ellen. Nick, Rachel, have you heard of American Heartland?
Sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
Is it where Mary Ellen is located?
It is. Leanne is from Oklahoma. So they're building a they're building a theme park in Oklahoma. How is it coming along, Mary Ellen? Do we know?
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
It will succeed if it ever gets off the ground, but I don't know that it will.
Yeah.
It's so close to Branson. I don't think it, I think it can get, some people just from that they would go to both places. They're not that far apart. I just don't know. I questioned it when they first brought it up, and I would get people's opinion, and they're like, yeah, right. And, that's how it's panning out.
Wasn't it interesting, though, that who's the rich guy who's funding that thing?
He had something to do with Silver Dollar City or Branson or parts of Branson or something like that. But he was from Oklahoma, so he thought he should invest in that area. And, you have Universal Studios building that new park in northern Texas. So they're starting to branch out into other areas besides the coasts.
Right. Well, let me ask you all this question, and I think it's kind of relevant here. You all have an opinion on this. If they were to build a third Disney park in America, and I'll start with you, Nick, where would you put it?
Well, first off, somewhere where there's no tornadoes or major storms. That's for sure.
Well, there's hurricanes in Florida.
Yeah. I don't know.
Would you?
Like I said, there's you have to look at you really have to look at the weather, how much it's going to affect the weather toward it, and the cost of it, and the population, and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: does Dollywood stay open year round, or does it close for certain months?
I do not know.
I don't know.
And it makes it, I don't
very
think it's
successful
year round.
Yeah. You don't think it's year round?
I don't think so.
Well, let's find out.
So there is a theme park actually up my way that operates both summer and winter hours. It's a Christmas theme one, but they're still able to do their rides even in New England winter weather.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah. Most of their rides are operating in the winter. So.
Yeah, see, I could say the same thing about me because I live about maybe an hour away from Six Flags Great Adventure, and basically they're open they're open right now. It's during summer, fall, and partially winter, December. But then when January kicks in, that's it.
Yeah,
they close for 3 or 4 months.
That's what I thought, Amy. I thought that it did close for a few months at some point. And you're saying after Christmas it shuts down for a while.
I just read that. Yeah.
Leanne, does Silver Dollar City stay up year round? I don't think so either. Oh, she just said that. Silver Dollar City closes a while also. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I guess theme parks can make it. They don't have to be open year round.
Well, in Minnesota, ours is Valley Fair. It's something like a Six Flags, not as good. And it's open from Memorial Weekend to Labor Day weekend.
Oh.
I was just going to say, too, I hope they better make it because the prices they charge to get into the parks and all the food and stuff and all the souvenirs.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, Road Trip Dave, he goes to Carowinds, and I think they're open year round. Does that sound right?
No, I don't think so.
Well, maybe not, but
I don't know. I think they could do a third Disney in Texas.
Texas, okay, yeah. I think that's an obvious choice.
It's so hot in Texas, though.
Well, it's hot in Florida too, so I think it's just because it's not hot year round in Texas.
Leanne saying Silver Dollar City closes well for the winter after Christmas festivities. Yep. And then she says they are sister parks, which I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Huh. And she was also thinking Texas. So I would think Dallas area because I lived in Houston and it is super duper hot there. And Dallas is a little bit better. And we have Keith in the house. Hello, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
You missed our Keith question.
Well, congratulations, your team won.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, did you go to the game? All right. Royals 13. High scoring game.
Well, that's why Universal's putting that little park in northern Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
It's well populated and the weather's pretty decent.
Another thing you got to think of is if it's that big, then you got to think about flying in and how easy is it to get people from the airport, there and
True.
the hotel situation and
and the communities surrounding have to be in support, otherwise.
Right.
Yep.
I actually am going in a different direction, and I would say either New York or Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice. So would you make it indoor?
Both.
Both,
Yeah.
yeah.
There are some big theme parks up this way. I know, is it Hershey Park, Pennsylvania, Dorney
Yeah.
Park.
Yep.
They've got some Six Flags, of course.
You also got Sesame Place over there too for the kids.
Oh,
I
I
haven't
don't know if you
heard
guys.
of
I
that.
don't know if you guys heard of that.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's called. I used to go there with my family when I was like a young kid. It's Sesame Place. It's just Sesame Street and the characters and everything else.
Oh,
Really?
cool.
It's in Pennsylvania.
is
Interesting.
Hershey Park open year round?
I don't know. Somebody
I
in the chat
doubt it.
might know.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, it's got outdoor stuff. Road
Yeah.
Trip Dave did a video on that. But would you put I mean, not to dance around the subject, but would you put a fifth park in Disney? Do you think that's warranted?
Me personally, yes, I would. I think that the crowd levels are not going down anytime soon. And I
Right.
think they need to expand to be able to maintain cleanliness of their parks even. I honestly feel like at times they're just so crowded they can't handle the number of people coming in. So there needs to be more entertainment or truly some restrictions on people coming in. But they say they're limiting capacity. I don't think it's enough to actually improve the experience. So,
Plus, they have so much land too that they could just keep building. Who knows what.
I know that part of that Reedy Creek is to preserve so much of it to nature, but they have 40 square miles. What do you need to build a park? 2 square miles, is it, or something like that? I think. So, I really think they need a fifth park, and I think they should design it for 100, 200 years in the future, realizing that they're already hitting capacity. They should make a park that swallows half of the customers, and they'll just get increased traffic because people will now because it's so busy.
I was gonna say too. If I was them, I would just start thinking about building a new park because, especially with Universal Studios building the Epic Universe now,
Mm-hmm.
they gotta be in that competition.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
need yeah.
oh, sorry. I just was going to say, I think their research was just saying that people aren't going to extend their vacations any longer because there's already so many offerings. But I don't think that's the real problem. I think that like the quality has gone down because they just can't handle the crowds. And
Right.
I think at this point, Universal is starting to overtake them in some of the quality issues. And that's a problem. Long term, you will lose the people who are your number one fans because we're here because we saw something valuable. And unfortunately, a lot of that value is dwindling.
I think Universal seems more exciting in terms of what they're doing towards the future than Disney, which is just crazy.
Yeah. So Amy's saying Kennywood and Hershey close at New Year's or after Christmas and open in April.
Okay.
So there's the same as Six Flags.
Okay. And then Leanne saying Disney is going to have to do something to compete against Universal. I agree.
Mhm.
Florida governor is even saying it. Huh. And Keith saying Disney World and Universal are Orlando's, the big two parks,
Yeah.
with Universal making its way as a more exciting future. Troy saying Disney and Universal will be busy on I know. It's terrible during the vacations, but you don't even have a downtime anymore where you can go like in January or October.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like there's cheer weekends and dance events and all these different competitions that are hosted there, and people will take time off from school or work. It doesn't matter the vacation weeks anymore.
That's
You'll
right.
still get a rush of like school teachers and things on school vacation weeks, but
I think that's kind of funny too because it's like I laugh when watching these streams and you're seeing all these kids at Disney. It's like, Why are these kids in school?
Some kids, their schools have a year-round schedule, so their vacation times are different than the normal ones.
Right.
So, they let's go. There's not going to be a big crowd.
Yeah.
I wonder what the world's population was when Disney World opened in 70 whatever compared to now. Is there 1 billion more people? Is that possible? Am I out of my mind? Did we go from 6 to 7 billion in that time?
Well, you have the other countries coming in too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that if we've got 1 billion more people on the earth, and all these people traveling, it's
The deals that the Europeans get over us, I mean, it's so enticing for them to come over for 2 weeks at a time because they pay for only a week and get 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting subject that so I didn't know the recent update on it. So I didn't know American Heartland was kind of stuck. I just thought they were maybe pushing it out, but
Well, supposedly they're building the you can correct me if I'm wrong, Leanne, but doing the RV park first and doing an outdoor water park to start it off and see, maybe get some revenue in, I don't know, and then build the actual theme park.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
So Keith looked it up, and then in 71, US was 208 million, and I don't even know, what are we now? 300 some? I don't know, but that's significant. That's a 50% increase. So
I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
yeah. Well, also the mindset has changed. When I was young, to go to Disneyland was you drove across the country, you went to Disneyland one day, and then you drove back. Now you fly in and you stay for a week, or 5 days. So, man, theme parks.
But yet they are expanding, right?
Yeah.
Disneyland found some extra way to cram some other stuff in there.
Yeah, what was the recent news on that? They're putting in something, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else did I hear this week? Aren't they putting in the Cars attraction here in Florida?
Oh, I missed that, but that would be very exciting.
I thought I read that in one of the parks. I'll look it up.
I don't know. Maybe you're spreading rumors, Dean.
I know.
I know the big news I heard was the changes to the DAS passes. And I know that's going to affect some people.
Radiator Springs coming to Walt Disney World. Cars Land. Yeah, it's from Mickey Views. No wonder I saw it. Magic Kingdom. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah.
They talked about putting it behind, like stuck in there behind, near Tiana, like back behind. There's supposedly a lot of land back behind Thunder Mountain Railroad and Tiana.
Does that show up here?
Is that Thunder Mountain Railroad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Supposedly there's some room back there to do something.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's a cool ride.
Now what's going to happen to the other car ride? Are they going to keep that too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who was on Dad Builds the other night? He's a cast member. And he said that that car ride will always stay. And somebody said, well, is it going to be electric cars? And he said, no, it'll still stay the way it is now.
Huh.
Was there a rumor that the cars in Disneyland were changing to electric cars instead of gas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like.
I knew they were doing something with Test Track. I knew that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Well, in the future, we should have some more fun segments like this. Maybe we can discuss some Disney news and so forth. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's already 5 after, and really glad that Nick and Rachel, thank you very much for joining Mary Ellen and I.
Yes, thank you.
Hope you come
Fun
back.
to be here.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. Remember, the movie is something or other. Okay. Nick, what was the movie?
Furry something.
Furry
For
Vengeance.
vengeance.
Furry Vengeance.
Furry Vengeance on Amazon Prime. And thank you, everyone, for being here in the chat.
I won't be here next week.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Somebody's going to be traveling.
I'll be in Ireland.
Well, we wish you a
Oh,
good
nice.
vacation.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Eat all the yummy food for us.
I will. I'll give you a whole rundown of it when I get back.
It's
Sounds
just
great.
potatoes, isn't it? Okay.
Way more than potatoes.
Okay. Corned beef.
Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am going to Bushmills.
Boilermakers. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Nice to have a few people bop in the end.
Yes, thanks, guys.
All right.
We always appreciate it.
Yeah.